In the future, we control the weather, basically entirely. Hi, I'm Kingdangerously. This is Ftrhstry. We're remembering the next 100 years in our time vortex from the 2100s. A research study just released by the Riken Center for Computational Science has a cool little tidbit about chaos theory and weather that you might enjoy learning about or possibly researching further on your own. It's to do with what's called a butterfly attractor state, which is essentially a concept for a system that can travel around one of two or more orbits quite stably and then suddenly inversely stably. So it'll be dawdling along as a lovely day and then suddenly it'll downpour, and very small adjustments in the underlying reality can create a sudden switch there from one butterfly attractor wing to the other butterfly attractor wing. If you're interested in this whole area, it was sort of invented by a mathematician named Edward Lorenz, who's really cool, and some people say Lorenz. Maybe his mom did, I'm not sure. It's a long time ago from the 2120s, but he's still worth researching because he's sort of the parent of chaos theory and just like a rad mathematician in general. But the mathematician at the head of this trial was Takamasa Miyoshi, and you can research what he's said about it. I won't put words in his mouth because he's put them out there himself, but basically what he describes is they compared a natural-ish state of phenomenon in sort of a simplified form in a computer simulation to a version of events where they tweaked parameters just subtly. And what they found is by shifting certain factors about the convection path in a weather system, they can dramatically change its butterfly attractor state. So they could switch something from being a sunny day to a sudden downpour or the other way around by affecting small influences on the convection flow of the situation. So that gives you a clue about how in the future weather control will be possible. And it's secretly not about trying to sort of get your hands around a storm in a big way and control it with these top-down brute force things. It's more like acupuncture. It's like identifying where in a storm you need to suddenly make it quite hot or quite cold, or you need to block the flow of heat, or you need to exaggerate the saturation of hydration or minimize it, and where you would amplify or diminish the electrical saturation of a situation. So research like this, chaos theory, is exactly where you're going to figure out the keys to unlock weather control. And in the 2120s, weather control is very common in many places on Earth. It's decided entirely by democratic process, like a local town council will decide how rainy it will be, thank you very much. Or they might interface with their larger city, state, country and globe councils to decide on an agreeable compromise. You got to have some rain for the purple tomatoes of the future, but in general most people prefer, you wouldn't be surprised, like fairly sunny, maybe a little bit of rain and mist here for romance. But in many places in the world in the 2120s, it's scheduled out, so you can kind of go online or just like look up to your thinky box and you'll get all that information, like exactly when will it be raining later today and for how long. And it opens up really cool potential applications for, say, like urban planning, because you can clean streets with a fairly flushing rain and then you can dry them all off with bright sun. So there are sort of some, not exactly meta, but like big picture institutional scale things that we can do with weather once we learn how to use it as a tool. And it's all about finding these little tickle spots as explained by chaos theory. I think that's all to tell you. You can look up the Riken Center for Computational Science. I'll put it in the description. And you can look up Lorenz, the founder of chaos theory, which is just the funnest name for any kind of math. Maybe we'll talk about that more in the future. I don't know. Do you want us to do that? Maybe talk about it in the comments if you are curious about more butterfly-related mathematical trivia. Okay, good luck learning to become a techno god and control the weather in your mind and heart. and possibly city street. Okay, future bye!